and I know when I'm happy and I am like, let me talk to you about a little bit about what happens when I'm thinking about water, right?
Mm-hmm.
A lot of the times I go and I am like, I'll be totally dehydrated, right? Maybe I'm okay. Just so everybody knows out there, I'm not the most healthy guy in the world, but I will, there's that feeling where there's nothing better than a glass of cold ice water.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? You can just keep drinking it because you haven't been drinking water for so long. I'm sure you're way healthier than that.
Dehydrated.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You're like, this is way better than soda or juice or anything. Like, I don't know why I just don't drink fresh cold water all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm sure that's how
sometimes that's just what you need.
Yeah, I'm sure that's how your water systems make it feel too. Make it taste.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Cool. Right on. Well, I don't know if you caught that or not, but that's my intro to the podcast. So I want to welcome Miss Gina Acree with Sweetwater Home Services. Thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me, James.
Awesome. So what we're doing is we're doing a business spotlight. So it's basically people who have amazing businesses that we want our clients to be in front of and get to know. We are like dying for you to tell us some of your great information that you have. So
great.
That's what we're going to do today. So talk to me about, I have this, well, let me talk first because I'm a blabbermouth.
Okay.
But so I truly believe every single person in America and across the world should have access to great water.
Mm-hmm.
I think that that's pretty much a standard statement that everybody can agree with.
I agree.
You agree. Great. Turn off the cameras. It's over. Everything went perfect. She agreed with me. So that being said, there's different kinds of water, right? I guess there's hard water and there's soft water. Is that kind of how we can look at the world today?
Yeah, that's kind of black and white, but there's a lot of in-betweens, but yeah.
All right, cool. So tell me why hard water, where is hard water? Where can it be found? Why is it bad, I guess?
So everywhere you live, there are things in the water. Water is a universal solvent, so it dissolves everything.
Okay.
Depending on where your water comes from is going to determine whether it's hard or soft. So if you have river water or lake water, it's going to be softer. If you have underground reservoir water or aquifer water like we have here,
sure,
the water's going to sit in rocks, so that makes it hard. So it doesn't necessarily mean it's bad water per se, but it has, when you have all that calcium in the water, it's going to end up somewhere.
Sure.
Right? So when it comes into your home, guess where it ends up? On your sinks, on your showers,
right,
on your silverware,
on your body,
glasses, on your body, right?
In your body.
Exactly.
Okay,
so
great.
It's not that the minerals in the water are bad for you, but they're bad for machinery. They're bad for maintenance. They can be drying to the skin.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. So you talked about appliances, maintenance, that kind of thing. So tell me exactly what happens in your house when you do have hard water.
Okay.
As regard to appliances and things like that.
Appliances. Yeah. So I don't know if you're a coffee drinker, if you've ever had a coffee pot clog up.
I've got a Red Bull in my hand right now, so that means I must be.
Okay. So if you use a coffee maker that heats up water to make coffee, when that calcium in the water, when that water heats up, the calcium separates and turns into what they call scale, which is basically rock.
Sure.
So it turns back into rock when you heat it, which means it clogs up your coffee pot and eventually will break it.
And then that when you just throw out your coffee pot and you spend $200 on another coffee pot?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I see a lot of people that buy bottled water to put in their Keurig machines to prevent problems with their Keurig machines.
Yeah.
Another thing is if you have a really nice tea kettle, when you heat water, you're going to have rock in the bottom of your tea kettle.
Sure.
Then on a bigger scale, most people have a water heater. If it's a big tank water heater, it's like a giant tea kettle. So all those minerals are in the bottom. And guess what? You're heating through rock, which eventually is going to crack your tank and waste energy.
Cost more money. And
you've heard of tankless water heaters, right? Those are really the trend right now.
Sure.
They're wonderful, except that if they break because of hard water, you're buying a new one and the warranty doesn't cover that. Got it.
Okay. Got it. Okay. So tell me about, that's the appliance part. Now, what about drinking hard water? What comes with that? What's in the water that we're consuming? You know what I mean? Yeah.
So back to your original statement, if you
Sure.
don't mind me going back there, is
Sure.
yes, everybody should have access to clean water. And
Mhm.
we're very fortunate here in the U.S. that we have water that meets certain standards. Our water here meets EPA standards. There are certain requirements that are in place.
Sure.
So it's perfectly fine to drink out of the faucet. However, most of the people that I see tell me they don't ever drink out of the faucet.
I'm one of those people, I
Yep,
feel
they
like.
buy bottled water. They
Sure.
use some kind of a filter.
Mhm.
The reason is they just don't like the way it tastes.
Right.
Or maybe in the back of their mind, they're worried about, why does it smell like that? Why does it taste like
Yeah, I agree.
that? If you're an iced tea drinker, if you ever make a pitcher of tea and it gets all cloudy and murky,
Mhm.
well, I might not want to drink that water if it makes my tea look like that,
Sure.
right?
Yeah, I just naturally feel like my tea is not the best tasting tea if it came out of my tap.
Yeah. Now, and if you go to a nice, like a hotel restaurant and you have this beautiful crystal clear tea,
Right.
guess what? They don't use a fancy tea. They use purified water.
Okay, got it.
And you can take that same tea and make it with tap water and it'll look ugly and murky and it'll actually stain your tea pitcher
Sure.
and stain your glasses.
Yeah, that's why my
So
pitcher looks like
when you
that.
have minerals in the water, like a lot of calcium, like we do here, it sticks to the tea oil, it sticks to the coffee oil.
Mm,
And when you boil water on the stove, say if you're making rice or pastas, it's going to stick to that.
sure.
And so you don't get great results.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then we also, because we're on municipally treated water, we have to have chlorine in the water. It's required to sanitize the water, which is a great thing.
Mhm.
However, you don't need to leave it in the water when you drink it.
Agreed.
And if you do, most people don't like the taste of it.
I totally agree with that.
Mhm.
Okay, so how about your skin? Is hard water causing? I've seen that it caused maybe eczema or just some skin irritation, possibly for some people. Does it? I've also read maybe it takes off a layer of your top skin. So tell me about hard water and taking showers and things like that.
Okay. So hard water doesn't cause skin conditions,
Okay.
but just like certain people are prone to different things, some people are more susceptible or more predisposed to having skin conditions,
Yeah.
right? And so if you do have a known skin condition like eczema, what happens when you take a shower with hard water is the calcium sticks to the soap. So you know how you get soap scum on a shower wall?
Mhm.
That soap scum stays on your skin.
Sure.
If you have eczema, that makes your skin dry and crackly and it's very irritated. It can be even painful when you bathe.
Sure.
Then if you have a lot of chlorine in the water, it's a burning sensation. If you've ever had really bad razor burn,
Mhm.
it feels like that every time you take a shower or a bath. If you have eczema or psoriasis, it can be
Yikes.
very painful.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so if you are predisposed to having those skin conditions, or even just if you have sensitive skin, or like myself, I have rosacea.
Okay.
When I first moved here and I stayed at my folks' house, they had filtered water and my skin was fine.
Sure.
In our apartment that didn't have any filtration, my face was breaking out like crazy. It was always irritated. I was always
Mhm.
having skin problems. The dermatologist actually told me, you need to get a water filtration system. As soon as you do, your skin will feel better.
Okay. Great. So
Mhm.
I love all that. I told you when you got here that we were going to make up a fictitious story, maybe an example of somebody out there who would benefit from giving you a call, right?
Okay.
Or so the example was, a friend of mine came over to my house, right? And maybe we poured him a glass of water and they said, man, this kind of tastes funny. Now, most of your friends probably wouldn't say anything just because that's how people are. But, if we do, maybe I'm pouring a glass of water in my own house and I say, man, this just doesn't taste like a purified bottle of water, coming out of my refrigerator. And then also maybe my like you were saying, the coffee pot or the fridge blows out, and I got to go buy and, maybe I have to go spend another $500 on one of those items, or my washing machine or something like that. And, having clothes stained, I know that there's things that hard water can't do that soft water can in the washing machine. So, I think that at some point somebody would kind of gather all the facts and say, you know what, I'm kind of fed up with this hard water problem. And so I want to make a change. And so that's kind of the peak of the story when somebody says, man, I'm fed up. I'm ready to make a change. And so that's where you come in, the hero of our story, right? So I just wanted you to talk about, you have the water purification system,
Mhm.
right? So it's not just a a soft water system, as we were talking about earlier. So can you tell me exactly what is the water purification system that your company offers, and just tell us a little bit about that?
Sure. So I work for Sweetwater Home Services, and the name brand that we represent is RainSoft.
Okay.
And RainSoft is, we're a nationwide brand, and we do a package of systems for clients that we visit, but we make many different products. So it's not where you just go in the store and you buy one off the shelf and it's one size fits all. The first step when somebody has a concern about their water is I actually go out and do a water analysis for them in their kitchen with a portable lab. And I do a series of about 8 different tests on their water. We want to find out how hard is the water, how much chlorine is in the water, how much sediment is in the water, how many dissolved solids in the water. Sure. Then, if I was at your house, James, I'd want to know, well, what are you doing now? Are you using bottled water? Are you using a Brita filter? What kind of issues are you having? Does somebody have eczema? Are you concerned about cleaning? Those types of things.
Sure.
And then we can put together a system that's going to not just be a water softener, but also we offer carbon filtration for the whole home to take out chemicals. We offer reverse osmosis for purifying the drinking water, so you don't have to buy bottled water. We also have, you brought up laundry. Sure. Just having soft filtered water, it makes 100% difference in your laundry. Okay. So you use about this much laundry soap, like a little tablespoon. You don't get the graying effect. Everything stays nice and soft, so you can eliminate a lot of chemicals.
That's a big difference. 100% difference is a huge difference.
Yeah. And now we also have, even icing on the cake, we have a fairly new product now called Clean Start Laundry, which uses ozone technology to deodorize and disinfect your laundry, which gives you the same benefits you would get at a very high-end spa hotel. So if you go somewhere and you see beautiful white fluffy towels and gorgeous white soft sheets. Sure. Believe it or not, you don't have to use hot water or bleach to accomplish that. There's a machine that actually helps you do that with your laundry and saves energy, saves money, saves on chemicals. So it's better for the environment.
Okay, that's incredible. Had no idea. So what is the are there any other benefits that we should be aware of when it comes to the water treatment system that we haven't covered?
Well, I think for a lot of my clients, it's just the peace of mind that comes from knowing that you're controlling the quality of the water coming out of your faucet.
Sure.
I see people that move into brand new homes, and the first thing they're told to think about is furniture or landscaping or decorations, and all of that is important. Right, all of that is fun, right? But I don't think you can name one other thing in your home other than the air that you use more than your water. I mean, how many times have you used the water today? Right?
Yeah, I know. 5. Yeah.
Yeah. And so we use water for drinking, for cooking, for laundry, for dishes, it runs through our appliances. It runs through all of our plumbing in our home. I don't think, we found out when we had the Great American Freeze a few months ago what it's like to not have water for a couple of days. So you take it for granted, but it's one of the most important resources we have.
I think it's incredible to understand the numbers as far as cost savings goes. It's not only from appliances, but it's, the cleaning chemicals or the cleaners that you use in your house. It makes them work a little bit better. Can you speak to that?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
So first of all, there's certain things you never need again. So I don't know if you've ever used Lime Away, CLR, muriatic acid to clean toilets. Specialty soap scum removers for the shower. When we were kids, we had to use the powdered Comet. That was wonderful.
Yeah,
so
Comet, absolutely.
You never need those again.
Oh, wow.
And then what happens is the products you normally would use, like body wash, shampoo, dish liquid, laundry liquid, you're going to use about 6 or 8 times less than you ever have.
Incredible.
Simply because you're using clean water to clean with. And when you're cleaning with clean water, you just don't need a lot of soap.
And so my wife has this giant Rubbermaid soccer mom portable water, and so having a treatment system like this in our house would allow us to fill that up and not have to, go get a purified bottled water solution.
Yes.
Yeah, so that saves a ton of money.
In fact, that's one of my personal goals.
Sure.
That started last year, was to try to help people eliminate the need for plastic water bottles because it's such a big issue.
Sure.
And such a big nuisance. So what we've done at our house is we've eliminated the need for that because we can get better than bottle grade water right out of our faucet.
Sure.
So we all have little portable water bottles. I have bigger ones. I have 2-gallon igloos. Whenever we go somewhere, we take water with us from home.
Sure.
And that's what I want to help other people do.
So are renters excluded from having a solution to pure water?
Not necessarily.
Okay.
So we don't actively market renters. That's not our target market because we install systems that are permanently installed in the home and also underneath the kitchen sink. Now, although I say permanent, they are portable. So you purchase them, you own them. When you move, you can take them with you and you can still get warranty service from us. However, if you own a home, if you rent a home or you're renting an apartment, you would have to get permission from the owner or the landlord to let something be installed.
Got it.
So they certainly could have something. They would just have to get written permission from the property owner.
Sure. So what's the 1, 2, 3 here as far as, okay, I've made a decision. I want to dip my toe in the water, and I want to call Gina and so what does the process look like as soon as I call you?
Okay. So what the process is going to look like is I'm going to want to find out a little bit more about you, right?
Sure.
Where you live, how long you've owned the home, how many people live in the home, if you have any filters right now.
Okay.
And then the process is we set up a time for me to come out and visit with you and your family. And I set up my portable lab in the kitchen and we're going to do a 30-minute water testing service. We're going to learn more than you ever wanted to know about your water.
Sure.
And if you have a filter or bottled water or both, I want to test those while I'm there so you can see how they compare to what's coming out of your faucet.
Okay.
And I have a portable filtration unit that I run your water through so you can see it changing before your eyes.
Okay.
And you can taste it. It's kind of like test driving a car.
Perfect.
Yeah. So then the next
if I do want to buy.
Next process then would be let's look at the options that we have based on your water test results that I can recommend. And then we'll look at warranty and I can explain how you take care of it yourself and also what the advantages are. If you move, you can take it with you and also financing if you're interested in that.
Great.
And then if you want to see how we compare to other brands, I love to show people that because there are a lot of great products out there, but I can show you why we're the best choice.
How long does it take to get a system installed?
Oh, so that depends on the house.
Okay.
The correct answer is it takes as long as it takes.
Sure. I agree.
Because
Trust
I'm not
me.
a plumber.
Okay, got it.
However, a lot of the homeowners that we see, their homes are already pre-plumbed, which means they're like pre-wiring for security. They're already set up to have a water system installed.
Nice.
If that's the case, it takes about 2.5, 3 hours for our professional installers to get in there and install it, test it, and it's ready to go.
Oh, same day. Oh, yeah. I like that.
Now, however, a lot of people think if their house wasn't designed for it, that they can't have one or it's going to be timely or time consuming or expensive.
Sure.
We have our own crews that work for us that go out and do the installation that are all licensed. So it's not an issue. In 29 years, I think I've only had 3 customers that we weren't able to do an installation for.
Okay.
So all I have to do is look and see what the possibilities are for where it could go, where the plumbing is, what the options are. And then I convey that to our installation crew. It may take a half a day or 6 to 8 hours, but we'll get the installation done.
Okay. 2 more things I want to cover. I want to cover 3 more things. What is different about Sweetwater Home Services versus regular old water purification system?
Okay. So as far as the product, the major difference in the RainSoft products that we carry is the warranty. Typical water softeners and drinking filters have very limited, like 1 year, 3 year, 5 year warranties. They're disposable. You buy them, you throw them away, you buy another one, you move, you buy another one. Okay. Our equipment is designed to last a lifetime. So it's warranted to the homeowner for the rest of their life. And then if they move, we have an option where we'll come out and disconnect it and pack it up and they can take that system to their next home and literally never have to buy another one.
Very nice.
So that's one major difference. Another major difference with our company, if you like to look up reviews, you're going to find that we always have hundreds of A+ reviews with the Better Business Bureau.
Sure.
We always have 5-star reviews everywhere else. So we're known for our customer service.
reviews, we always say in our business, in the insurance business, it's a big thing to have reviews, and with the algorithms and everything like that, that's great to hear that you guys are paying attention to that.
Yeah.
Okay, so most people, I would say, before we get off this interview, they might want to know the costs. Roundabout. Is there? Can you give us a roundabout cost?
If I did, no.
Sure.
I would love to, but this is what I tell people over the phone when they call me.
Sure.
I'd be negligent to give you a cost.
Sure.
Because I don't know what we're dealing with.
Right.
Yeah, everybody knows we have hard water here, but I don't know the location, the quality of the water, how many people are in the house.
Sure.
Different specifics about what you're trying to change about your water. The best service I can do for you is come out and do a water test.
Sure.
Once I'm there, the test is free. You get a gift card just for having me come to your house. And then once I'm done with the test, if you want to talk costs, then I'm happy to show you some different options once I know what I'm talking about.
Cool. I love it. Somebody who wants to be prepared is always a good thing, So tell me a success story that you've seen recently or within the past few years that comes to mind for you that you'd like to share with us, maybe.
Okay. I'll give you an example.
Okay.
One of the plumbers that we work with, who doesn't work for us, an independent plumbing company, recently sent me a referral for a couple that had wanted a water softener for 25 years. They'd had 3 plumbers tell them, you can't get a water softener. This is an older home. You've got this great big lot. You've got all this concrete. It wasn't designed for a water softener. It was never plumbed that way.
Interesting.
It's just not worth it.
Okay.
And these people really wanted a water softener because they'd had problems with their dishwasher and their ice maker and their coffee pots and their water heaters, and they were remodeling. And so I went out there and they said, you don't really need to do a water test. We know the water's hard. We want one. We've always wanted one.
Sure.
Can we get one? And so the first thing I did was go out and look, and I said, I don't really understand why nobody wanted to install one for you. Our plumbers can get this done. And I'm sure it's not an issue.
Okay.
It might take a little bit longer.
Yeah.
But then they said, well, go ahead and do the water test. So I started doing the water analysis, and they said, you're kidding. It's going to be better for a laundry? I thought it was just for the plumbing.
Right.
And then they said, what? It's better for your skin? We didn't know that.
Sure.
We always thought it was just about the plumbing. So this is an interesting story for me because it's just like anything else, until you look into it and really dig a little bit deeper, you may not know all the benefits of something.
Sure.
And in the end, we were able to get that installation done in 6 hours that nobody else wanted to do.
Awesome.
And no extra charge.
That is a very cool story. Thanks for sharing. So one thing we missed at the beginning is I want to tell people how to get a hold of you. So what is the best way? Is it going on your website? Is it calling your cell phone, going on the Facebook? What's the best way?
Cell phone is the best way to get in touch with me.
Sure.
Like many people, I'm on the road a lot seeing clients. So call me or text me. My number is 210-872-5483.
Do you have an email address we can reach you at too?
I do.
Okay, perfect.
So it's long.
Go
I'm
ahead.
sure you're going to put it up on the screen.
I am. I'll put it for a couple extra seconds.
Gina A, GINAA at sweetwaterhomeservices.com.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Well, Gina, is there anything else you want to let us know today before we leave?
I guess the most important thing is if you're at all curious, you don't have to be in the market for a water system. You don't have to be wanting to buy a water softener. If you just like to learn more about your water,
sure.
That's what I do every day. I love to analyze water. So feel free to invite me to come over and test the water, and I'm happy to help.
Who doesn't love a science experiment in their own house?
That's right.
All you got to do is call, and somebody will be there to do that for you.
Yeah. And if there's kiddos involved, they love to watch it. It's a lot of fun.
Even better, huh? Mm-hmm. Cool. Well, thanks, Gina. I appreciate you coming in. And everybody who's out there listening, we really appreciate, professionals coming in and to see us and talk with us. So I know that Gina has worked with, you've been in the industry for, was it over 10, 15 years?
29 years.
29 years. So if you have any questions, please call Gina with Sweetwater Home Services. I guarantee you will be happy. You won't be disappointed, and you'll have clean water to drink. So thanks for joining us.